How to set a clear direction. There are three things needed when setting a clear direction. Find the desired future state, communicate the direction, and involve and engage people. Which of the three bullets comes first are more or less the hen and the egg story. It mostly depends on how much is given to you as a leader and manager and how much is up for you to design. If you are a leader and manager in a very top-down controlled company, the desired future state is most probably already given to you. Your task is then to transform the direction to a compelling story in which the employees are willing to engage in and involve the employees in designing how to reach the desired future state. If you are in a company where you are responsible for setting the direction, you have two options. 1. You have a clear direction in which you want the team to engage in. Your ability to create a compelling story and your ability to involve people in designing the way forward is now important. 2. You need help from the employees to create the desired future state, and your ability to involve people in creating the desired future state and a compelling story is now important. If you don't know where you're going, there's no reason to hurry. That was Winnie the Pooh. The opposite could be, if you know where you are going and eager to get there, your skills, drive, and good fortune will show when you are going to be there. Most people want to achieve something in their working lives, and that something has to make a difference. Just doing something without it making a difference is not engaging enough to want to do your best. It is easy to be caught up in your daily work day after day. However, it is important as a manager to stop once in a while to reflect upon what the desired future state is for you and the team. Finding the future state is not an exercise you can do in 10 minutes. You need to think about what you want to achieve in overall terms and which you believe you can engage people to want to achieve too. You also need to understand how to reach the future. First of all, there must be a purpose, a why. You as my leader need to help me as an employee to understand why the mission is important. I have been working hard and we have achieved great results, so tell me why I should work hard one more season and for what reason. Take your time to understand your company's mission, vision and values and find the purpose. Think about how to tell the story until you have found one that you believe that your employees will engage in too. Remember that we all want to know what's in it for me. Now you know why, the purpose. Next is a what, and here you have the company's overall strategy and goals to relate to. They will guide you to understand what is expected of you and the team. And now you need to figure out the how to do it. Involve your team in finding activities for how to reach the team's goals. And remember that your employees will respect and appreciate that you have thought about it too. To know where you're going, you need to understand what kind of company culture the company is striving for and what kind of culture you come from. Maybe the preferred culture is already there, maybe the company is working on it, or maybe the company hasn't thought it through yet. Once you know what culture to aim for, you know the values and can recruit and train people in the right way. Here are examples of some of the most wanted cultures that companies are striving for. A sales culture where people are passionate about selling and or driving sales. The manager recruits people who are passionate about relationships, who create trust, and who are not afraid of asking for the deal. The manager's most important task is to set goals, be on the floor to follow up, and support development and positivity. The manager's mindset is to be appreciative and supportive. A performance culture where clear high goals are set and followed up to be met. The manager recruits people who are passionate about creating results and who want to be measured on them. The manager's most important tasks are to set high goals, delegate responsibilities, drive people by incentives, communicate consequences for reaching and not reaching goals, and support people with customer leads. The manager's mindset is to be quick on foot, set high ambitions, and support people to succeed. A customer-centric culture where the customer's dreams are the most important focus and where any customer is treated as a guest. The manager recruits people who are passionate about understanding what the customer really wants. The manager's most important tasks are to ensure customer involvement in creating future products and sales channels, customer satisfaction measurements, and monitoring deliveries at every touch point the customer has with the company. The manager's mindset is to be curious and open for changes. A service culture where the customer's every need is to be met by a willingness to serve. The manager recruits people who are passionate about helping others and turn disappointment to a great customer experience. The manager's most important tasks are to ensure positivity no matter what happens, to appreciate people for their efforts and good spirit, and to tell the good stories. The manager's mindset is to be appreciative, deal with conflicts before they become one, and to inspire people to think of the team as their second family. A training and learning culture where managers and employees get better every day and where people learn from each other's successes and builds upon each other's ideas. The manager recruits people who are passionate about improving their own competences and courage every day. The manager's most important tasks are to facilitate training, coach and give feedback, share successes and learning, match people to learn from each other, focus on people's strengths, and help people to step out of their own comfort zone. The manager's mindset is to be supportive, appreciative, and demand progress. A relationship culture where managers are close to managers are close to employees, and employees are close to customers. The manager recruits people who are passionate about working in teams where people build upon each other's strengths. The manager's most important tasks are to match people to create synergies, inspire networking, to interact with employees to ensure teamwork, to help people understand their differences and complementary synergies, and to support people to treat each other as equals. The manager's mindset is to be curious about other people's capabilities, intention, and behavior. A trust culture where people are appreciative and have a direct communication, and where everyone's aim is to support each other in succeeding. The manager recruits people who are passionate about helping others to succeed and to qualify for other people to trust them. The manager's most important tasks are to create an open and direct communication where feedback is a natural part of everyday work, to communicate in an unambiguous way, to understand every employee's inner work-life balance and how each person can earn another person's trust. The manager's mindset is to be supportive and to inspire curiosity about intention, behavior, and how to earn another person's trust, to see mistakes as an opportunity to develop, and to help people find the job that matches their special talents and passion. An efficiency culture where focus is to improve sales, service, and production processes a little bit every day. The manager recruits people who are passionate about improving work processes. The manager's most important tasks are to understand the value chain and what processes benefits the customer, to prioritize, to involve people in finding smarter ways of doing the job, to take decisions on removing waste like double work, extra transportation, and tasks and processes that adds no value to the end customer, and to make 3-month plans for improvements. The manager's mindset is to trust that the employees are experts at their jobs and therefore have the key to improvements, that continuous improvements make the work smarter and not harder, and that improvements need an analytical approach with focus on details. A company culture can consist of more than one of these subcultures and can also consist of unwanted subcultures. The unwanted subcultures can be discovered by responses like, "What we have always done works fine. We do not have customers in this department. We cannot learn more. If the customers want to buy, they will contact us. People who make mistakes need punishment. When people are scared, they are working harder. Deadlines are not welcome. We do not need goals. We are special and can therefore not commit to the company's mission, vision, and values. We are the most important unit in the company. We need to hold people's creativity back. We need to be political and manipulate to get what we want. We need to be cautious when bringing ideas upwards in the hierarchy. We need to be aware of which managers will survive in the next organizational change to optimize our chances of influence." Living a certain culture in a company is one of the hardest things to do. You can do your best to recruit the right people in a new company, and with luck you have in fact chosen the right people. If an existing company needs to change a culture, the company must work with people's mindset and behavior, which are closely linked to each person's personality. It takes a long time to achieve a change, and unwanted subcultures of different kinds are often a part of the struggle. A clear mission, vision, and values will help the company focus on the change. Storytelling and involvement can in time make the change. It takes courage to let people go if they're not able or willing to change. The higher up in the hierarchy a company has to let people go, the tougher it seems to be to do it. At the same time, it has a larger effect since the new leader will be a role model for a larger team's mindset and behavior. There are three difficult cultural changes that are often on the company's agenda. From a reactive to a proactive sales and customer-centric culture, from inefficiency to continuous improvements, from conventional management to appreciative leadership. From a reactive to a proactive sales culture. If the company has a reactive culture, the previous year's recruitment has been for reactive people. Maybe they have been recruited for production or for service. Changing mindset and behavior will most probably be a difficult task to do, and it will take a long time. Some of the important tasks to do are: start recruiting the right people from now on. Storytelling at all levels in the organization about why this change is needed. Change the job descriptions and especially the success criteria. Coach people in transformation dialogues to understand if each person can and want to be in a changed role. This goes for both managers and employees. Ask yourself if you want to be in your new manager role. Help people to find a new position if they do not want to be a part of the change. Increase the competences. Both managers and employees need to increase competences. It could be to learn how to take the first call or meeting, how to close a deal, how to use ambassadors and networks. If the company wants to be proactive through many channels like one-to-one sales, internet shop, viral marketing, sales by phone, Skype or emails, managers and employees need to learn how to operate in a new way. If the company wants to include the customers in development and ways of selling, the managers and employees must be enabled to involve the customers in the right way. Appreciate and celebrate improvements. From inefficiency to continuous improvements. If the company has an inefficient way of working, the previous year's focus has been on other tasks than continuous improvements. It could be focused on expanding, sales and marketing, service, product development, or production. This means that people have found their own way of working and are now asked to reconsider. For structured people, this can mean leaving a preferred way of working, and the more efficient way of working is not perceived as a better one. People do have habits, and habits can be very hard to change. Continuous improvements can also mean redundancies through outsourcing or moving jobs to other countries. Some of the important tasks to do are: storytelling at all levels in the organization about why this change is needed. Facilitate workshops to understand how to work with continuous improvements, both lean processes and performance management. Describe your overall value chains and discover which value chains add value to great customer experiences. Decide what will happen to the value chains that do not add value to the end customers. Involve managers and employees to discover the processes they are responsible for within a certain value chain. Involve people to find new and better ways to work smarter and not harder. Start trial and error processes to discover what works and what needs to be adjusted. Measure people on number and quality of improvements. Write new standard operating procedures if necessary to ensure same way of working. Appreciate and celebrate improvements. From conventional management to appreciative leadership. If the company is driven by conventional management, the previous year's focus has been on recruiting and retaining conventional managers. The request for change often comes from the human resource department or from outside inspiration. Proofs of concept will most probably be the driver. Proofs are often about financial winning through increased sales and more efficient ways of working, and through happier, healthier, and more creative and innovative people. The change has a huge personal impact for some managers. Changing a leadership style is hard enough, but it can be even harder to lose the feeling of having power and influence, fame, control, and being the one with all the answers. Some of the important tasks to do are storytelling at all levels in the organization about why this change is needed. Top executives as role models, leading the way by showing middle managers how they themselves are changing their mindset and behavior. Change job descriptions, especially success criteria to match the new leadership style. Facilitate training top-down to learn what appreciative leadership is all about. Increase competences by coaching and giving feedback top-down, upwards, from employee to manager and from manager to employee. Measure improvements of mindset and behavior by being close to direct reports in daily operations and through measurements like employee satisfaction. Coach managers in transformation dialogues to understand if each manager can and want to be in a changed role. Ask yourself if you want to be in your new manager role. Help people to find a new position if they do not want to be a part of the change. Appreciate and celebrate improvements.